Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Here's a quick message from our sponsor, Local Works Wheat Ridge, provided by its Executive Director, Paige Piper.
Local Works is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to make Wheat Ridge a more vibrant and sustainable place to live and work. Our mission and action is programming that provides neighborhood revitalization and small business support, keeping and growing the businesses we know and love in Wheat Ridge. In simpler form, we provide connection. Connection to business, connection to community.
The Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Amber Betts.
Hey there, welcome to another episode of Good Neighbor Podcast West Denver, and I am here with Gabby Jockers of Embodied Art Boudoir. Hi Gabby, thanks for joining us today.
Hey Amber, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so excited. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Sure. Well, as for myself, I moved here to Colorado a little over 4 years ago. My partner got his dream job. He was in school before, and I was supporting the family. He got his dream job, and I was like, great, time to start a business. Oh. So we like to take turns. And though I originally started a photography business, it wasn't specialized in boudoir until about a year into business. I started my business right before the pandemic, so it was a hot mess for a while. But it turned out to be the perfect circumstances because it led me to boudoir. So Embodied Art Boudoir has been around for over 3 years now. We focus on body positive experiences, as in you don't have to, the prerequisite is not having to love every part of your body, but it's a space where all bodies are celebrated and seen as beautiful. And also there's a mindfulness bent to it. So as somebody who completed my yoga teacher training many years ago, and has been practicing yoga, meditation, and mindfulness since then, and even before, it was the perfect opportunity for me to bring something really unique and beneficial into the photography experience to help people have really profound differences in how they view their bodies and how they view themselves and their level of confidence and self-love.
Amazing. I love that. Sounds fabulous.
It's really fun. I have a great job.
So, I mean, that you kind of already touched on how you got into the business, but maybe just like photography, your background, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. I have been a hobby photographer for a very long time. So the nice thing about starting my business is I didn't have to learn photography necessarily. Like I knew how to use my camera. I knew about the basics. I knew how to make a good image. When I did start my boudoir business, though, I went through extensive training on boudoir specific posing, coaching, client relationships, client happiness, that kind of stuff. So I really did a lot of specific training for the boudoir side itself to be able to coach people to get the really powerful images that you might see on my website, where you can really see people's personality shine through. You can see and feel what they're feeling. So that was a fun part of it. I also went to school for business and entrepreneurship. So even though a lot of my university education was a little outdated by the time I started my business, especially with marketing stuff, so social media wasn't really a marketing format when I was in school. It was nice to have that foundation of kind of knowing the different pieces of a business and what makes a business legit. That it was definitely less of a learning curve for me. So because I already had that photography kind of skills a little bit with the technical side of things and the business stuff, I mean, I had to learn a lot. But even though I already had some foundations there, it gave me more space to focus on the customer experience and creating a really amazing day and from the beginning to the end, a really incredible experience for my clients.
Lovely. So tell us why your clients maybe choose you or why they keep coming back. I mean, obviously you're special, but tell me more about that.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I've heard people tell me. So I was at a bridal fair recently, and I had several people come up to my booth and say, like, thank you for putting like women who look like me in your advertising materials. It's easy. I don't want to disparage the rest of the industry at all, but for me, diversity and inclusivity of a wide range of body types, body shapes, sizes, colors, ages representing all different expressions of what it means to be a woman or a femme, a non-binary individual who feels more feminine. Being able to represent a wide range of those experiences was a really important part of my business, and making sure that no matter what somebody looks like, they can see somebody who looks similar on my website, and they can have confidence that I know how to photograph them and help them feel beautiful and gorgeous in their own skin.
Amazing.
So that's a big part of it, just like showing a wide range of diverse bodies. A lot of people also like the mindfulness and meditation element. Like, I lead a guided meditation before photo shoots, and that helps people relax. I like to joke it's kind of like equivalent to drinking a glass or two of wine. In terms of, it'll make you feel a lot more relaxed and calm. Because, you know, as one might imagine, taking off some or all of your clothes in front of a stranger for a photo shoot can be a little intimidating. So having that, you know, body positive focus and that meditation, mindfulness, and guided intention setting and guided body image journaling and all these kinds of resources I create, I add to the process. It's not just a sexy photo shoot. It's like this transformational experience that can help somebody get to the next level of their self-love journey, their personal growth journey. So that's what my clients really love about it. And I've just heard part of the reason why I decided to go all in on this is because early on, and to this day, I just heard so much feedback like, oh, I feel so comfortable with you. I feel really at ease with you. You make me feel calm and comfortable and like not scared in this space, which could be kind of a scary experience if you think about it. So those are what I've heard from my clients, that what they've noticed, what I do a little differently than other boudoir photographers, and what they've appreciated.
Great. So, you know, you mentioned COVID a little bit, and I get that a lot on this podcast, you know, people just dealing with that. But tell me about, you know, maybe expand upon that, or any other life challenges or, you know, hardships that you rose above and made you better or improved your business.
Personally, I just feel like starting a business was one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my life. And anyone who starts a business would have heard the stat, you know, I can't remember the exact number because I'm not a memorization type, but, you know, like 50% of new businesses fail in the first 3 years or something. Don't quote me on that. It's absolutely factually correct, but that's the gist of it. It's generally like there's a high failure rate of new businesses within the first 1 to 5 years of starting that business. And now that I'm in year 4, I'm like, I totally get that. Because it's so hard. And if it wasn't for a very, very deep conviction that I'm doing what I need to be doing, I don't know if I would still be in it. You know, it's really hard. And there were extremely challenging years, like negative revenue years and net negative profit years, and just really big challenges of figuring out, how does this all work? How do you run a business? Even though I went to school for it, even though I had experience, it's so different doing it yourself. You can learn intellectually about anything, but actually putting it into practice. And not just that, but creating a business and a service that felt true to me, that felt like something that utilized my best strengths and my best assets to help my clients and give them great experiences. I had to put my blinders on and not look at what the rest of the photography world was doing. I don't follow any other boudoir photographers on social media because it's so easy to get sucked into comparing yourself to what other people are doing, what kind of art other people are creating, what kind of things other, clients are saying about other people's businesses. So kind of learning to do it on my own and just learning to follow my heart and my passion and my values, most importantly, has been the biggest, like, both challenge and benefit.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
Thanks.
So tell me, and the listeners, any news, updates, specials, anything going on?
Well, it's the holiday season. So if you're looking for a gift for yourself or for a friend, I actually have a affirmation card deck I co-created last year called the Body Deck, and I did this with my childhood best friend. We're still best friends to this day, which is nice. And I have it on my website. Actually, it's embodiedartboudoir.com/body deck, the Body Deck. And so that's a fun little gift that we're like running low on our stock. So if you think this sounds like a really great gift to get for yourself or a friend, just 77 affirmation cards that are really deep, meaningful affirmations to help you guide you back to yourself, to find more confidence and self-love. So that's kind of like just a seasonal sort of thing, but I don't currently have any specials right now. I probably will be launching a promotion in the next month or two, so that people can find out about that through my email list. I can share a link for that, or you can get on it from my website. But my email list and my social media profiles, I'll post about it there. So that will be coming up soon. So follow if you want to be updated with that promotion. I don't do very many of them, so they're very rare.
Yeah. So, it sounds like your work is fun, but maybe you're super busy too. But tell us what you do for fun outside of work. What are you doing at hobbies, etc.?
I do a lot of stuff for fun. I am a true work-life balance believer. And I don't believe I was born to work, but I believe I have some really meaningful work to do. But I also have my own life, and that's how I like it. So I travel a lot. During COVID, obviously, that was put on pause for a couple years. Yeah. But getting back into travel, I went to Japan earlier this year and Colombia, and I'm going to New Zealand next year, and South America probably. I like to hike. I hike almost every week here in the mountains with my friends. Since I'm in Golden, it's very, very easy for me to get out and do some little hike, even if I'm a little short on time. I'm a big reader. I read over 50 books a year, a mix of a little bit of personal development, sci-fi, fantasy, weird, random, just like a lot of new authors who are just like, new book. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see how this is. This is entertaining. So all sorts of different stuff. I read a lot of things that are related to like yoga, philosophy, and yoga spirituality, as that's a very big part of my life, my yoga practice itself. That's all I can think of right now. But I like to do crafts and DIY and that kind of stuff. That's a big part of what I do. So anyone who walks into my studio, I'll proudly show off the things that I made by hand as part of my photography studio. Amazing.
All right. Well, that is about wraps it up. You mentioned your website, but repeat your website and how people should get a hold of you and your like social handles, that kind of stuff.
Sure. So everything is under Embodied Art Boudoir. Apologies for putting this weird French word in my business name. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't think about it. But it's Embodied, EMBODIED, Art, ART, and Boudoir is BOUDOIR. That's embodiedartboudoir.com for my website. You can find links to my newsletter. And just to be totally honest with you guys, I post on social media nominally just to prove that I'm a real person and I'm there. But my real heart goes into my newsletter. That's where people actually get to know me. That's where people can have actual conversations with me. I have a weekly newsletter where I share some thoughts, usually around body image or personal growth or self-love, just something trying to help, some realization I may have made, some tips, things that may have worked for me. I share affirmations every week and photos, like real clients, real bodies, real people being celebrated as beautiful and worthy of joy and celebration. And that's where you'll find any promotions and stuff too. So if you want to get to know me, check out my newsletter. If you do the quiz on my website, like when you get to my website, it'll pop up, say, do you want to do the boudoir style quiz? First of all, the quiz is super fun. Second of all, the quiz will get you on the email list. So it'll give you some fun inspiration for your own boudoir session, plus get to know the inside scoop.
Yay. All right, dear. Well, it was so nice getting to know you, Gabby. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Amber. This was a pleasure.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpwestdenver.com. That's gnpwestdenver.com or call 720-295-9588.